And welcome back. We join back in with our lovely adventurers walking towards the light lake that's a portal between the Wood Elf Kingdoms and the Feywild. Just happy little wooded areas. As you get to the other side, what you do see is Gortash, this big-jawed, just ape-like Fomorian with tusks and horns. And next to him is this shaman that looks like he's just a hairy... From other media, you would call it a bugbear, but it's kind of like a man meets an ogre. A bear meets an ogre. Meets an ape. And this last one looks like a strange troll-like guy, where his flesh looks almost like interlocking plates of bone. Like, it looks almost like armor till you realize it articulates with his movement and is actually part of his body. On his tail, there's a large, very sharp bone spike. And each of his claws seems to have spikes going down, but spikes on the back of each knuckle. This guy looks like a armored, roided up bone golem of sorts. And he just looks at you all and is like, squishy.
I'm not going to defend myself.
Victor's just gonna say hello to Gortash.
Hello. So I brought friends. You said friends, I bring friends.
That's awesome.
Let's get through the portal then.
Oh, you guys met them on the other side of the portal.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I missed that piece. I'm sorry.
They were waiting for you guys. They wake up early in the morning, brush their teeth, eat, get there, stare longingly at the fields before them, the forest.
Your woodland creatures.
Yeah, no, the woodland creatures can smell them and just know not to go near them.
Yeah, of course.
They're like, that's a predator. No. That smells like danger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they smell a human, they're like, mm-mm.
Alright, let's get going. We gotta go find this cave. Are we just gonna immediately go into this? Or are we, I think we're past the point of subtlety here. Looks up at the other Fomorians.
What do you think we should do, Stella?
Fuck it. We roll.
I feel like we have a habit of just being like a strategic team that just drops in on the backside while the front side's attacked.
Yeah. But I mean, it works.
Gortash looks at you and is like, so you want to hit them from the back while we hit them from the front?
Yeah.
That works for me.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. Why not?
Do the mines have a back?
I don't know.
He just blinks at you. What do we know?
I know the location.
Yup.
That is a good question. Do we have the layout of the mines?
We were focused on the invasion coming from all the doppelgangers here.
when the group realizes, oh, wait, we have no information or plans on this. Just that there's an Earth cult in the mines.
That wasn't a realization. I've known that since the start.
Alright, so how far are we from the mines where we are?
A couple of hours, probably.
And how far are we from the village? From the portal?
About an hour or two. It's a little bit longer towards the mines than the town.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? Even if there is no back door, sometimes a thrown punch is just a thrown punch. And if you hit them hard enough, they're not gonna get up again.
I think we should just go in. Unfortunately, I don't really have much of a plan on this. It is a mine, so theoretically there's more than one entrance. But
Can we smoke them out?
I don't think we can smoke them out. I think there's protections in place from that.
But it might be an idea if we do find a couple of different entrances.
Smoke them out. We might be able to do that.
No. You could look for any type of exiting. But I don't think they're going to be stopped by us just putting a fire out and making sure they can't leave.
Drive them out. Take them out
I'm
the
not going
entrance.
to lie. If I could, I would have all the doppelgangers come and join us. And I would like to drop in the back and push them out. But
They're
I have no idea how to do that. How about, you guys okay with surveying a location before we enter?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm not asking you to, I'm asking the Fomorians. What if we got close, looked for entrances, posed up on the entrances, and then we all went in at the same time?
We can wait and sit here and go by what plan you choose, yes. We're just here for the bloodshed.
Then I'm in for that.
right. Alright, so we'll go and scout and report.
We're gonna probably we'll probably bring them closer to the mine, but not close enough where they might get hit with a whatchamacallit? A random patrol or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I remember right, the doppelgangers are still here, right? They're just not aggressive towards us anymore.
Sort of, not really. They've been pulled back.
Okay. Because the goal was to not have them leave, so the Earth Cult can't just spread out amongst everywhere now that they're fully open. Because technically, the doppelgangers were stopping them from getting to the actual portal for the Nexus point.
Yeah, but the doppelgangers that were pulled back were either pulled back into the town or pulled back towards the portal.
Yeah.
And the ones that were in the portal or towards the portal are basically being traded out with actual Fey soldiers now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's slowly becoming an actual sort of war zone and clearance, and they're trying to fix everything now. They're trying to clean up a mess.
Right.
Copy. Alright, well, that just tells me that we get over to where the doppelgangers basically were stopping and leaving the Fomorians there while we go and investigate the location real fast.
Okay.
Mm,
I'll
See
need.
if we encounter any of the Fae that would know.
Yeah. None of them know what's going on with the mines. Most of them haven't been here in a very long time, and the mines were more primitive then.
Okay.
Being they were expanded between that time and everything, and then they were abandoned. Even with maps and everything, you don't know what could have been broken down, what could have been rebuilt, what could have been built by the Earth cult. Especially since they're an Earth cult, so I mean, like, moving stone is kind of their thing.
Mm-hmm.
For all you know, the massive it could be a massive complex going underneath the town now. You don't know what to expect.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know if there is an underground or another entrance or otherwise to the place. So let's go investigate. Let's go to the main entrance basically and kind of sort out from there. Like, I don't want to go in the main entrance. I'm looking for other entrances potentially.
Right.
I need you guys to roll a group stealth check. So I need you all to roll a stealth check, and I'm going to add it together.
So is this basically advantage, or we're all rolling 2 dice and adding them all together?
You're all rolling 2 dice and adding them together.
Okay.
All right.
8 on the dice.
Rolled a 9 and a 6.
So you have a 9 and a 6, okay. So that's going to be 15 from
5
you.
minutes.
13 total with modifier.
With modifier is a +6, so.
And with the mod for me,
14.
Okay, and what's with your mod?
I see 3's mod, so
18.
yep.
When the bookworm pulls ahead for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's his home ground, so it would make sense.
Oh yeah, and you get advantage technically. Don't you? Allows full speed. Oh no, it allows you to add your wisdom attribute instead of a wisdom mod for survival.
Oh yeah.
Allows you to use your speed instead of speed modifier to stealth checks. So that's actually a +5.
So that's a 30-20.
Yep. And did you technically have that as well, or no? No, you did not, I don't think.
No, I definitely don't.
Oh no, I'm talking about Stella. No, okay. Yeah, because the race is more set up for combat. Because cat. Okay. That's above the number I was looking for.
Hey Google, stop. Sorry.
Okay. So, the people's groups, the Earth cultist groups, seem to not notice you guys as you're sneaking around. But after a few moments, you are approached by a very large, bald guy from in the woods. He looks very generic looking, almost. He has a bit of a gut. He looks built, and he just looks at you and he's like, Victor Azeroth. Stella? Yes?
Who are you with?
I was with doppelgangers.
Gotcha. How can we help you?
Doppelgangers are still in cave, in systematic place.
They're in the cave with... Got it. Go ahead.
They wish to go back home, but cannot for fear of being found out.
How many of them are in there of the forces, would you say?
5 are still alive and hidden.
Okay. So save the 5 of them, understood?
Have maps and understanding of movements. I do not want to go back.
You don't have to go back. You're good. I'll take the map. It's turning into a rescue mission. I doubt they'll help us.
They will help, but they must wait till proper time. He starts pulling out what looks like fairly detailed maps of the mines, and then what looks like, oddly enough, ruins. He seems to have maps from City Hall. He seems to have maps from something else, some ancient texts, and maps from them drawing them. And it seems like he's pieced together a lot of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of looks at you all and is like, I did good, yeah.
Very good.
You did
Expecting
awesome.
to
You
have
did
no
amazing.
Good. At least defective doppelganger still good.
Very good.
You've done great.
Where are you headed back to in the Feywild?
If I go back,
Yes, I'm just curious where's your home? Where are you reporting to?
as a defective doppelganger, I will go back to Hive and be used as slave.
Would you rather go back to my court?
I would not want to go back to Feywild. I've seen so much of this land so far. This music and alcohol. It thrills me.
I thought you didn't want to go back to the cave. You mean you don't want to go back to the Feywild. You want to stay here.
Yes.
Would you come with us to the cave still, or you want to stay out of everything?
You can roll persuasion on that. You're trying to persuade somebody to join you in your cause.
Honestly, not really trying to persuade. I'm just asking him if he wants to. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I got a good roll on it. 17 on the dice. Persuasion is +4, so 21. I'm not trying, though. He's just mostly legitimately asking him if he wants to, because If he's not a fighter, then he doesn't have to.
He kind of stops and thinks for a few moments before looking at you and is like, I could join. My talents are limited, though.
Our intent is to rid the Earth cultists from the location, and then give it over to the Fomorians. And he points the general direction of where the Fomorians are at. So if you want to stay in the cave, you're welcome. And that's why I was offering you to come along with.
Or I might come into a city, learn other cultures. Would be nice.
Out of character, because I can't see this guy, does this seem like he would fit in with other people as a defective doppelganger, or?
Yeah, he looks very generic looking, like oddly enough one of those guys that you wouldn't be able to pick out out of a crowd because he just is so generic looking besides the muscles.
Got it. So he would fit in. He's just a real weird.
Yeah.
He's just really, really weird and doesn't fit in.
It's more of nothing about him really would make you think twice about him, except for the fact that he's so large. So, like, in a group of very large people, like, moving around, you'd notice, like, everyone else before this guy. Even as a performer, you would pick on other people first, because of their characteristics that you can easily see and define. This guy is just like, this is generic Joe Blow. This is, you know?
Yep.
There is nothing to work on for a performance, nothing to work on for trying to describe him. It's just, he look like a man.
Understood.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see a reason why you can't stay here either. A lot of weird things have happened, and I'm pretty sure if we put in a good word for you at the resistance area, you will be fine to join.
Good. Biggest defect I have had is I am not part of hive mind.
No, fair.
Right.
You don't have to go back if you were just going to be a slave anyways.
Yes.
You're welcome here. Just come along with us or go enjoy yourself in the town. Yeah, I won't bother you.
Do you want my help?
I could use it if you're willing to come along with. I would welcome you along with the Fomorians. We are going to use the information you just gave us to scout the area. And I mean, I assume this shows entrances and exits, right?
Oh yeah, it's got entrances, exits. It shows the detailed layout of the ruins that are underground for some reason. It looks like there's a pyramid underneath there and a few other things.
You know what? How about this? We'll go back to the Fomorians with you. We'll introduce you. And then I think what we should do is we should research the map that you've drawn. And we should figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah. Look over what we have and make a plan before we just go running into the mines. Because they'll have an advantage on us.
Yep. Yes, they have earth magic. Last time doppelgangers invaded, they made stone walls come up in sections.
I feel like we should just, I would say seal them in, but honestly, it's not going to work.
Right.
Question: you're not a part of the hive mind, but you probably know already Do they know that the doppelgangers have pulled out?
You mean the cult? No, they still
Yes.
think that the doppelgangers are among them, and they're still turning against each other.
That's actually a good thing, honestly, for that. All right. We'll do some research on these maps and see what we can do for a strategic plan. Let's go to the Fomorians.
Okay.
I appreciate how much you've helped us. You should receive a reward for that for sure. I don't know what I'm able to give. I have just recently gotten into my position that I'm in, and I'm unsure of what I can award you with, but if I can, I will. The first thing I'm going to say is you don't have to go back to the Feywild. I should be able to proclaim that, especially with us getting some area for the Fomorians to be.
This should be much glory then. Much glory.
Mm-hmm. You have done amazing things. Come with us back to our friends, and we will figure out how to clear up your home.
Okay. So you guys get back to the Fomorians and start presenting the maps, and you see that they've already seemed to have drawn in the dirt and everything with some sticks, some other maps that they were working out as well.
Yep.
They seem to have like certain patterns and whatnot, and question marks as if posing what's there because there's certain movements going on that they don't understand.
I doubt the Fomorians would really be able to fit with it, considering the size difference here. But when we get back over there, I'm going to spawn in my my writing desk. I have a little writing desk to put plans and papers on, so it'll help us plan.
Yeah, their shaman seems to be doing some weird things with a totem that they have, and seems to be kind of like reading the grass and the air and everything. He seems to be doing some weird readings as if trying to get as much information that he can.
Let's see. So we need to work on this strategically. Let's spend at least a couple of hours going over plans of how we can make this into the most maximum bloodbath we can. None of these, aside from the doppelgangers that are in there, are welcome.
So go ahead. There's several entrances. There seems to be a entire barracks area where they're housing people. Food. This one doesn't fit. A whole food area that they seem to be storing food in a stone kind of area to keep it cool. But yeah, so they've got like kitchens, they've got some strange like stone stacks that they apparently have made out of the place, letting some smoke out when they do cook.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to bring the stack back down in to the mountains, well, into the hills and mountains as need be, to make sure that they can't be used against them. So they seem to have a fairly nicely set up. When you start looking at the ruins, though, they look like they're some of the drawings of them look similar to the ruins of the Shadow Temple. So it looks almost like this cult is using an old abandoned temple of sorts for a base.
If only we could figure out a teleportation circle for that building. We could burst in the center of everything.
Yeah.
You just really like the idea of me having that knowledge now.
I do. It's useful. If it didn't take up so much brain space, I might try to get some hints off of you for that, but if you have it, that's enough for us to be able to utilize it.
Yeah. There'll be more to learn about it here, too. Just in time. I feel like if we can get through this and clear them out, we need to get somebody to lock down the site beyond just the Fomorians having the mines. Same with the other temple.
I'm going to be completely honest with all of you. He looks up at the Fomorians. I was not expecting there to be this much of a underground area. I thought they were just in the mines, which seemed to end here. So, not that I regret giving you any more location. I think you should have as much room as you need. I just wasn't expecting this much. I will say, likely, the town only knows about this, and he kind of circles the location. If you never tell them about the rest, they won't bother you down there.
Ortosh seems to be thinking before the shaman finally speaks. You know, it's kind of funny. I remember old stories. Old stories of the temples to the eight on the material planes. I know Hagatha also told me of them a few times. These temples are used as seats of power. We remember one ourselves. One from our kingdom that was a seat of power.
Yeah?
If you can temporarily disrupt it, it might disrupt their magic. Because they might be powering themselves up with it.
But how do you disrupt it?
There's many ways. Destroy it, take control of it. Destroy whatever they're using to sit here and use and harness the power. Most of these things have some sort of special object of power. I know the old Fomorian ruins and temples used to use giant magic crystals that would float in the center of the rooms. Perhaps it is something similar, an elemental crystal or something.
Yeah?
And if that's the case, by tapping into it and harnessing it, you might be able to take and steal some of the power from them. Or you could try to drain the entire thing, or overload it.
He looks over at Azanov.
That would be a really good idea. Disrupt the temple, and then we could do that. Out of character, you said we've seen another one of these temples?
Yes, it looks similar to the Shadow Temple that was underneath the church.
Gotcha.
A temple and a temple. Except for this was a
This
temple,
was a temple in the earth.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can definitely do that. Disrupting it is definitely not going to be something that I'm used to. Having someone who is opposed to the element might be a good idea. But we might want to get a little bit more information before we go in on this. What do you guys think? Because I want to do some research of what we can do strategically to basically pin them down as much as possible. The less we have escape, the better.
Yeah.
Not trying to be genocidal here, but I don't particularly like them, and they're not exactly doing anything good.
Well, is there anyone else that we could reach out and call in?
We could touch base with our contact.
We could. And that may be a good idea.
Which contact? You guys have a lot of contacts. You need to be more specific.
We do have a lot, and that's out of character to you. That's Lycos, but I'm not going to tell that in character.
Yes, we should let him know kind of what's going on anyway. We haven't checked in a little while.
All right, you guys do some research on what you'd like to do here with this. We're going to go and get some more allies, and then we're going to join in on your plan. We have a tendency to be like a special forces unit, our little group. Light, but very, very heavy. Light in numbers, very heavy in impact.
We'll also see what other information we can get.
Keep an eye on things for us. Make sure that nothing much changes. They should be digging most likely, and likely we'll have some more tunnels or whatnot by the time we get back. But I think we should prepare for this. This is much larger than what I thought initially. I thought we were going to be entering it into a cave that was, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 feet deep tops.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to go where then to contact?
I'm going to walk away with the group for the moment to at least get a private thing. I am thinking we might want to contact...
As you start talking, you realize that the doppelganger does follow you guys, not seeming to understand much, just socially awkwardly, like 5 feet behind you guys, just like,
do you want to stay with these guys, or you want to come with us specifically?
I'll come with you guys.
You want to learn things and go places, right?
Yes.
Are you a fighter, or are you just like scholarly, like you like to learn things?
Yes.
Tell you what, we might have someone you might like to meet. Are you desiring to stay in this town, or would you like to experience the world?
You see him pause for a second, his eyes seem to widen, seeming to try to understand the wholeness of that question.
Think of the Feywild and how large it is. We have an entire world here, too. There's hot and cold places. There's places that are high up. There's places that are low. There's places that are wet. There's places that are dry.
So recently, I didn't even know there was a place outside of the slave mines. So,
I have a place for you to go then. And I have a new friend for you that we'll drop you off with if you're okay with.
okay.
Just trust me. It should be a good place for you, and I'm not trying to put you in another slave situation. I will hope that you are never in shackles again. I am going to kind of just mumble of I want to make some contacts to our other contact. He kind of says to the rest of the group, indicating, hey, I don't want to say this out loud who I'm talking about, but obviously it's a different contact, and we should take him back to the Sanctum of Stability. So, I would like to go to the Sanctum of Stability purely because it's a good nexus point for us to go and seek out either help or otherwise.
So, how do you plan on going there?
I was going to go back through the portal area with the key.
Okay. Just going to use the door handle at the boat. Gotcha.
Or we could, if we have the key, we could literally just go back through anywhere, couldn't we?
Nope. It has to be a magic handle.
Okay.
So you have to know another location with a magic handle, which you guys only know 2 locations nearby. But you can only pop out of one because you only have the key for the one.
The secret room in Victor's grandfather's.
Yeah.
There's magic going on there. Would there be a handle to it?
There seems to be a magic door there. And that's the second place that you guys might know of that would have a door, but you don't have a key to get back through it. So you could technically use the key you have to get to the sanctum, but you can't come out through that door again because you don't have a key to it. So it can work as an entryway, not an exit way.
Got it. We'd have to make a new key.
Or find
With
the
the-
key for it, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. We can go back through that way. That'll save us of having to explain the doppelganger to the snakes.
He looks over at Stella. Well, do you think we should go to my grandfather's if we're planning on going to this other place first, or?
Also,
Yeah, it's a
it
good
wasn't
option.
noted, I do want to pick my my writing desk back up
Yep.
and just give the information over to the guys and copy it down.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's go there. That sounds like a good plan. Then we can use the magic doorknob and leave. Unless we find the key, then we can come back. Then we don't have to bother the vipers at all. Well, I'm fine going through with the vipers. I'm afraid of getting bitten.
Right.
I know they're okay, and if I was bitten, it'd be taken and remedied very quickly. But I'd rather not find out.
What? The fuck around and find out character doesn't want to fuck around and find out?
Not when it involves being, given venom. So you put a line of some white substance on a table, chopped down into a line, and say, "Hey, you should snort that." And he'll probably go for it, even though not knowing what it is. But you randomly throw some poison out there, and
One of these cups contains iocane. The other one contains just wine.
that sounds like a bad time either way. I'm not really a fan of getting drunk.
Oh, you're not catching the reference. That was a Princess Bride reference.
Oh, no, I'm not getting it.
One of these drinks is laced with iocane powder. The other one is normal. Anyways. So. You guys are going to head back to town and begin a further investigation then. Well, you're heading back through to town to go to the house, to go back to the Sanctum, so you can begin contacting people, and you're taking Bob there.
Yep. I need an out-of-character reminder. It has been a very long time, and I just need to know. We can't really tell. Why can't I remember his name?
Lycos?
No, the other guy, the other quest giver we had.
Balthazar.
Balthazar. Thank you. We can't tell Balthazar about, like our plans and everything here because he's not involved with the situation. He knows some things, I'm sure, and has definitely helped us in some ways. But he's not a part of this, I know. But he does know that we're working with Lycos, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to at least write him a note of we need to have a private conversation with Lycos, and we're coming back with Bob, and not explain who Bob is.
Okay. So you guys
And
pop through the portal with this new...
No, I want to write him a note beforehand before he popped through the portal.
Yeah, but with this new strange person that they don't know anything about. Just that his name is Bob.
Exactly.
Which he decides is his name on the walk there.
Bob's a good name. Is it short for Robert, or is it just Bob?
Just Bob.
Just Bob. Got it.
Yeah.
No last name? Because most people do have a last name.
Roberts.
Oh, God.
He thinks for a few seconds, and is like, I punch things.
That ain't fair. Just don't pick the last name Fister. I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
Bob Strong.
Bob Nigel Weaver. For Bob and Weave.
You know what? Fair enough. I was gonna say Bob Strong is a real strong name, but you know what? I like Bob and Weave. You got a good taste in names.
Wait till you find out the magic tricks he learned. I still have to set up a doppelganger race for him. Because he is going to be able to help you. Okay. So you guys do get back there with this Bob. And they... You see Balthazar slowly approaching. And a bunch of people are moving around. It seems like some things are going on. And Balthazar looks at you and is like, okay, so this is Bob.
This is Bob. I figured since we were busy with some stuff and doing some, other things, we could introduce you to Bob, and maybe Bob could do some stuff for you. He's from places. He kind of looks back and forth and doesn't explain on that. And he is looking to go and do some adventure-related stuff.
How about you guys take him on your mission, write me up a report on what his skill sets are.
So you're, what's the word? You're deferring that over to us now, huh?
We always knew you didn't like paperwork.
It's a matter of I'm working directly with Lycos right now.
Why is that? If you don't mind me asking.
In the desert, there are stirrings of things starting. Seems like it might be rumors.
Hmm?
Does that have to do with fire temples?
Fire and air, actually.
Yeah.
And
He looks back towards where the portal room is at, and then back over the Balthazar.
some of our agents might have been compromised again.
It wasn't me.
No.
Can we get a pay raise from all of this?
He looks over at Victor. We're not doing this. We're not doing anything for the Sanctum right now.
Yes, and that's
We
where
were paying a favor, remember?
and that's where technically the higher ups in the Sanctum were trying to investigate me to see where you guys went. And Lyko stepped in with his own investigation instead.
Oh,
Yeah, we've just been doing a favor for a friend, so I mean, not really anywhere to tell of.
No, Lycos has vouched for you guys and for me. We're trying to find out who, during your guys' last quest, had given up that information somehow, and who, during this new circumstances, has given up information that has compromised members. Because now we don't know if members are safe.
I take it our favor that we're doing is now a part of the mission that you're currently talking about.
Apparently,
So me
there's
sharing information with Lycos will probably be just shared to you anyways.
yes, being I have been technically promoted.
I reach out to give him a fist bump.
He kind of fist bumps back and he's like, I
Congratulations on the promotion. I am sorry you're cursed with probably way more paperwork.
it's not a matter of the paperwork. Promotion is not within the
Yes.
Sanctum.
I see.
Technically, I am part of the Sanctum, but now part of this ancient order that's now trying to figure out what's going on. Why now the ancient gods are trying to come back.
Yep. if you don't mind, can I suggest a meeting with you and Lycos on our own, out of hearing distance of anything else? I suppose since you want Bob to come with us, Bob can be a part of this too, since he's currently a part of our group. I give him fist bump, or attempt to,
Bob
because I
looks
know
at
he's socially awkward.
Bob looks at your hand for a second, kind of looks at Balthazar, and seems to be thinking about what you guys did. And let's see if he fully understands the situation. He understands the situation, and he fist bumps you just a little too hard, but not hard enough to hurt you.
I kind of do that handshake. Ow.
Was it not gentle enough?
Wasn't gentle enough there. If that was like a child or something, that would have actually hurt.
Now, when you look at his fist, it's more like 1.5 times the size of yours. He's actually oddly proportioned. And oddly muscular, despite like what looks like a beer belly and everything. And being a doppelganger, it's one of those things. It's like, is this a chosen form, or is this something he can't help? Or
you know what's funny? I can see a moment in character 2 years from now, he's a spy for the Sanctum of Stability or something, and actually socially competent.
or still socially awkward, and people are just like, hey, we need somebody beaten up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
The hitman they
I wasn't
sent
expecting. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Balthazar. I was not expecting you to be involved in all this, considering the general situation beforehand.
The reason why is because it was either that or continue to let some allegations continue to come towards me. So Lycos is doing this for the needs of his current mission to be fulfilled. But also because some of the suspects on the list of who might be betraying the Sanctum includes people who were originally in my group when I started here.
Gotcha.
Who
Goes deeper than that, then.
I was working side by side with. Being I am vouched for and accredited, and those ones are still under investigation, he wants to keep his allies as close as possible right now.
Which makes sense. The allies you know you can trust are a lot better easily accessed.
And that's why I've been added extra responsibilities and titles.
Yep. All right. Well, can we have a meeting with you and Lycos to save breath, or do you want to just have a meeting with us for old time and share what you need to?
I can share what I need to Lycos for you guys. We'll head to my new office.
As long as it's a quiet one and a safe one.
It is. He seems to walk you guys towards the library and towards kind of the back of the stacks in this massive library. And then starts going up some stairs into what looks like a nice room with blinds in that you can see outside of the room. And as you enter it, what looked like a blank room from the outside actually is fairly furnished. It looks almost like a CEO of a company might have, like nice hardwood furniture, paintings, everything else. Some of these paintings look old, but very well detailed. like almost like a photograph of old places. And a couple of them are moving, and Balthazar is like, so, this is the office that apparently Lycos put together for me.
I was about to say, you got a raise, not just a raise. Got it.
Steady.
I wish it came with pay.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay, fair. I think you're not enjoying your new promotion.
I'm not enjoying the
stressed
factor
out.
that I'm not enjoying the factor that some of my friends might be the traitor.
That I can understand. Well, seeing as our history as us going into a temple and freeing some agents recently, I have a feeling we're probably not on that list.
No, because you probably would have sat her and finished the problem off.
Yeah.
Because they would have been seen as a problem. So.
Good to know that we're mostly trusted then. So, I don't know where to start with this whole kit and caboodle with you. I'm sure Lycos has filled you in on what we were doing.
Yes, and apparently that was happening on top of a temple. He's cross-referenced a few things.
And I was going to come and tell you that. We came out of the Shadow Temple when we were in the Belmont area.
Yep.
And they were trying to summon, a demon there. And now we're over in Earth Temple. And it looks like you're working with a Fire and Air Temple. So my only guess is that a Water Temple is also probably involved in any of the other elements.
Yep, it's just a matter of finding where they're at, where the cults are, and what's happening.
Yep.
Yep, that's part of the problem that we're having is it seems whoever is leaking information on these cases, on these situations, not on anything else.
Just the temple situations?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was going to tell you flat out that it was a temple situation, that Bob here is a doppelganger. It's not very great at hiding that, I'm sure.
I mean, he looks fairly humanoid, so...
Yeah. I mean, fair enough that a person who doesn't know where he came from wouldn't know, but he's a part of the doppelganger incursion, and he doesn't want to go back to the Feywild because he doesn't have the hive mind connection. And they would basically put him in the mines as a defect. And, honestly, I just prefer him to just not go back and we don't worry about where he went.
After your guys' assessment that you guys put together for him, I'll use that to begin testing and see where we can place him.
Yep, and I had a feeling he'd be useful here as even just a general agent, so...
Okay.
Not to say anything negative about him, but at worst he could be a janitor. It's hard work, but I'm sure he'd be better off in that situation than working in slave mines.
And at least then he'd have a salary and can do stuff for himself.
But he wants to travel, so
yes.
If he could be a messenger or something, that'd be even better. Then he can earn something and go around and go places. Either way, we'll get an assessment for you.
Yep.
That's fine. And you sound like you're already up to date on everything for the most part. Were you informed? Oh, I mean, I got a little bit of it with me asking for some help from the Fey Lord that you happen to know, but yours truly, part of the Moon Court.
Yeah,
That's going to be
and
paperwork on the
soon.
Sanctum side, and that's going to be... I don't even...
I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't hear anything.
You
You
know,
don't need to say anything to anyone.
yeah,
We got into the Feywild and took care of the incursion.
that sounds fair enough, yeah.
But he's not the only one with connections to Fey courts.
Yeah, I was having a feeling that things were going to be happening.
There's a couple things.
Like
I have a pending seat in the Moon Court, and my sister has married, I guess, the king of the Trickster Court.
And I'm sorry you weren't invited to my wedding. I was drunk during the entire event.
Yeah,
He grabs Stella and pulls her close.
Yeah.
You see Balthazar just start rubbing his forehead.
We were.
Why are you my most competent agents?
There's this book I read this one time about this this agent, and his name was James Bond. I mean, sounds kind of familiar, right?
He sounds like some drunk fuckboy that usually gets all sorts of ladies, but then also leaves them brokenhearted, and probably has several STDs, and is probably just a name that's passed on from person to person.
And Azeroth was giving him the finger guns until he said STDs, and then his finger guns just sag downwards.
Yeah. Ouch.
So, Victor is going to consider pulling that piece of paper out. How knowledgeable are you about teleportation circles?
Fairly. Why?
I got a cue in my book.
And we have figured out one that is apparently forbidden.
Forbidden.
Mm-hmm. And he pulls the paper out and shows it to you.
I was hoping he didn't see that one. Out of character.
Why is this forbidden?
Balthazar is kind of looking it over and turns it a few times. Seems to kind of look over the entire thing, then folds the paper a few times, looking at stuff. And it's like, huh. I'll need a copy of this. Because we don't even know where this is.
Yeah,
Right.
I have a feeling.
He pulls out his...
I was going to honestly go
his...
there on an off-the-record incursion into the area, but...
So, he pulls out his blank book. Can I have that back?
Yeah,
I'll make you a copy.
Yeah, he hands it to you, and then he kind of moves over to one of two doors off to the side of his office. So the other door is a bathroom. He opens up the door, and you see just stars and space and like chunks of buildings off in the distance. And he's like, this is why I'm curious about it. This plane being held together only by certain magical things. If that place is still in existence, it's gotta have some sort of thing keeping it from falling apart. And it means it's somewhere out there. on the plane.
So, Lycos may know where this is at.
Or it might be a place that he's been looking for.
If it is, I want to go.
I also want to go. Like I said, I was gonna hopefully peek without bringing any paperwork towards you. I hate to say it, but asking for forgiveness rather than permission was going to be the preferred option here.
Honestly, the only thing that the Sanctum has control of is here. And connected to here. Anything else is still technically the creators of the plane. So it means anything outside of this door, outside of that glass ceiling out there, that's all Lycos' domain. That's all him and his group.
And how can I make a key to get back to my grandfather's?
You would either... You'd have a keysmith sit here and put the symbols on there and enchant it to be attached to the door. Usually you want to have some sort of secondary location as well on the key for a normal back and forth for it. You can make it just monodirectional, but some keys will have 2 lines of code and it'll be like a turn right or turn left and it'll let you go one way or another.
Because we got here through my grandfather's.
I do not have a key for his door.
Yeah. We'll have to get one made at some point.
Yeah, it's either you'll need to get one made or find where the original is or whatnot.
Something of note with that as well. We have also encountered a situation where with the Earth Temple in that, well, we have friends that are going to be coming helping us, and we're going to be putting those friends inside of the general location. We have Fomorian friends who are going to help us raid the area. We need a way of disrupting the Earth Temple's energies to break the Earth magic in the general area, so we have an easier time raiding that, because they're all through the area. He pulls up the maps and lays them out. Bob here is the one who got the maps, to give you a somewhat of assessment of his skill set. Just look at how nice these are.
Problem is you're going to need to probably overload the whatever power source they have there. Or you're going to have to sit here and shield it. And depending on how big the power source is, you might not be able to shield it in something like a card.
Oh no, I would. I feel like that wouldn't be something I could shield in the card. I don't have the strength to do that. I can only card things that are roughly about half my strength.
See him just start to rub the side of his face and his chin as he thinks.
Otherwise, alternatively, we could generally get some help with this temple, because this also links directly into your current mission.
There's several ways you can do it. You can either hit it with the opposing element or continue infusing it with more power. Even a primal crystal from the elements has a upper threshold before it just burns out. So overcharging it could do it.
Yeah. Lastly, we need to go over these plans. Understand we have some Fomorians and possibly some other aid, I think we're going to go and grab my brother and sister-in-law and see if we can drag them along with.
This is turning into a bigger mission than you thought.
Much bigger. I was thinking it was just a mine, not an entire underground complex that takes over the entire town.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what resources we can get to you guys. If I can't get them from the Sanctum, I'll get them through the other means.
Understood. Do you know if there is a magic candle at the Belmont Hold?
There's a couple, but we don't have keys to them.
Being able to get back to the ship is what I want to do.
Well, you guys have my key to the ship.
Yes, I know. But having a door to put the key in is important.
I mean, technically you can use it at a teleportation circle as a focus to get there.
That's fair too, because apparently we have a way of getting to the Belmont Hold. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually how
seeing as
that would work is it manifests an arcane door in the teleportation circle that you walk through then.
Yep. Seeing as you were a good friend of mine, do you want the teleportation circle to the Belmont Hold? I would not want to share this with the Sanctum, but I would share this with you.
I'll work with your family on setting that up soon.
Well, I was planning on going there to contact my brother, because his my sister-in-law, his wife, is a air dragoness, which should overload that crystal possibly.
The only one I have for around there is to your guys' crypts. He seems to go through a drawer in his desk and pulls out the old key that he had handed you guys at one point. And he's like, so it's not too far from the estate. It should get you there pretty quickly.
Well, that's the thing. We have a teleportation circle on the floor in that main hall, apparently.
Yeah.
And we have the actual runes for it here. We could actually just go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Because I'm talking about I want to work with your father and a few other people to set up a few rods for a kind of alliance. Because it seems like Lycos is going to need certain factions easily accessed.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to be setting that stuff up.
Understood.
Anything else you guys might need?
No, I think that's it. We were just coming to ask for aid and to give a report. I wanted to talk to Lycos about this, but seeing as the situation's developed to where you're involved as well, then that's fine.
Yes, I will look through what artifacts we do have. So I'll just need a few hours to go through them. And then I'll figure out what help we can get you, whether it's artifacts, items, and whatnot. And you can deal with your brother and come back here, and we should have fun.
That works for me. We just need to go over strategics and make some planning. So if you have anyone you trust with this, considering the level of the mission,
Yes.
might be a good idea to keep it under wraps. I know I can trust my brother, though. There's no reason that he would be funneling information back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't understand why he would.
Plus, he's outside the order anyway, so it's...
Yeah. He just happened to be in the location that had the temple and helped, so...
Yeah. So if anything, between last time and this time, we might be able to sit here and get your brother at least initiated into the Sanctum, if not into other things. Okay.
He's very good. He's very good at tech.
Yes.
Remember, at some point in time, we're going to be the next heads of the family, so just depends on when my father passes.
Hopefully not anytime soon.
Hopefully not anytime soon, because I'm definitely not ready for that. But he is kind of making it hard to not want that to happen sometimes.
Yeah,
Asshole.
I understand.
All right. We'll leave you be, and I wish you the best in the paperwork.
Yes, I'll look through for what I can find for you guys and get you some help.
If I have a secondary wedding and a party that I actually remember sober, I'll invite you.
But that might be it for tonight because...
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah, start off with you guys dealing with your brother, Damien?
Yep.
Yeah.
One last thing, so we can just start clean elsewhere. Victor was going to ask if Balthazar may have had an idea where his grandfather had kept the key, or where somebody would keep a key like that.
Usually those are either passed down or kept on the person or something. So I don't know where the key might be.
Thank you.
Because sometimes the keys for those doors aren't exactly keys. Sometimes they're rods. I've seen a couple that are rings. Just rings on a hand.
Good point. Do you know of any rings?
Not off
No,
the top
I
of my-
mean, Victor, do you know of any rings?
Oh.
There was a couple of them, but I'll have to look around when we get back. Eventually. And he gets up and kind of nods to Balthazar. Thank you.
No problem. I'll try to get as much information as I can for everything for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that should be good. I think,
Yeah.
what time of day is it for our characters? We might either call that a rest day or,
It's still fairly
otherwise
early
some-
in the morning.
okay. We're planning on,
So it's probably getting closer to noon, if not 1 at the latest.
I know that, like, in character, I want to spend some time going over the maps and looking at this strategically to come up with good plans. Like, obviously, I can't see the actual maps. I can't come up with actual strategies, but I'm hoping to be able to actually have a plan going into this place rather than just, bursting in the door like we usually do.
Yep. But we'll handle that next episode, and
Next
I'll see
time,
what
Dragon
other
Ball
extra.
Z.
I'll see what other extra stuff I might be able to whip up for it. You guys be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and don't get in any trouble. If you do, call us. Good night.